The Book of Proverbs, Amplified Bible, Chapter 1. The Proverbs, truths obscurely expressed, maxims and parables of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, that people may know skillful and godly wisdom and instruction, discern and comprehend the words of understanding and insight, receive instruction in wise dealing and the discipline of wise thoughtfulness, righteousness, justice, and integrity, that prudence may be given to the simple, and knowledge, discretion, and discernment to the youth. The wise also will hear and increase in learning, and the person of understanding will acquire skill and attain to sound counsel, so that he may be able to steer his course rightly. That people may understand a proverb and a figure of speech, or an enigma with its interpretation, and the words of the wise, and their dark sayings or riddles. The reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord is the beginning and the principal and choice part of knowledge, its starting point and its essence. But fools despise skillful and godly wisdom, instruction, and discipline. My son, hear the instruction of your father. Reject not nor forsake the teaching of your mother. For they are a victor's chaplet garland of grace upon your head, and chains and pendants of gold worn by kings for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait to shed blood. Let us ambush the innocent without cause and show that his piety is in vain. Let us swallow them up alive, as does Sheol, the place of the dead, and whole as those who go down into the pit of the dead. We shall find and take all kinds of precious goods when our victims are put out of the way. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot with us, they insist, and be a sworn brother and comrade. Let us all have one purse in common. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Restrain your foot from their path. For their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is the net spread in the sight of any bird. But when these men set a trap for others, they are lying in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy of gain. Such greed for plunder takes away the lives of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. She raises her voice in the markets. She cries at the head of the noisy intersections in the chief gathering places. At the entrance of the city gates, she speaks. How long, O simple ones, open to evil, will you love being simple? And the scoffers delight in scoffing, and self-confident fools hate knowledge. If you will turn, repent, and give heed to my reproof, behold, I, wisdom, will pour out my spirit upon you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called, and you have refused to answer, have stretched out my hand, and no man has heeded it, and you treated as nothing all my counsel, and would accept none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when the thing comes that shall cause you terror and panic. When your panic comes as a storm and desolation, and your calamity comes on as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then will they call upon me, wisdom, but I will not answer. They will seek me early and diligently, but they will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord, would accept none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat of the fruit of their own way, and be satiated with their own devices. For the backsliding of the simple shall slay them, and the careless ease of self-confident fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkens to me, wisdom, shall dwell securely and in confident trust, and shall be quiet without fear or dread of evil. My son, if you will receive my words and treasure up my commandments within you, making your ear attentive to skillful and godly wisdom, and inclining and directing your heart and mind to understanding, applying all your powers to the quest for it. Yes, if you cry out for insight and raise your voice for understanding. If you seek wisdom as for silver, and search for skillful and godly wisdom as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of our omniscient God. For the Lord gives skillful and godly wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He hides away sound and godly wisdom and stores it for the righteous, those who are upright and in right standing with him. He is a shield to those who walk uprightly and in integrity, that he may guard the paths of justice. Yes, he preserves the way of his saints. Then you will understand righteousness, justice, and fair dealing in every area and relation. Yes, you will understand every good path. For skillful and godly wisdom shall enter into your heart, and knowledge shall be pleasant to you. Discretion shall watch over you, understanding shall keep you, to deliver you from the way of evil and the evil men, from men who speak perverse things and are liars, men who forsake the paths of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the perverseness of evil, who are crooked in their ways, wayward and devious in their paths. Discretion shall watch over you, understanding shall keep you, to deliver you from the alien woman, from the outsider with her flattering words, who forsakes the husband and guide of her youth, and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. None who go to her return again, neither do they attain or regain the paths of life. So may you walk in the way of good men, and keep to the paths of the consistently righteous, the upright in right standing with God. For the upright shall dwell in the land, and the men of integrity, blameless and complete in God's sight, shall remain in it. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the treacherous shall be rooted out of it. My son, forget not my law or teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of a life worth living, and tranquility inward and outward, and continuing through old age till death, these shall they add to you. Let not mercy and kindness, shutting out all hatred and selfishness, and truth, shutting out all deliberate hypocrisy or falsehood, forsake you. Bind them about your neck, write them upon the tablets of your heart. So shall you find favor, good understanding, and high esteem in the sight or judgment of God and man. Lean on, trust in, and be confident in the Lord with all your heart and mind. And do not rely on your own insight or understanding. In all your ways know, recognize, and acknowledge him, and he will direct and make straight and plain your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Reverently fear and worship the Lord, and turn entirely away from evil. It shall be health to your nerves and sinews, and marrow and moistening to your bones. Honor the Lord with your capital and sufficiency, from righteous labors, and with the first fruits of all your income. So shall your storage places be filled with plenty, and your vats shall be overflowing with new wine. My son, do not despise or shrink from the chastening of the Lord. his correction by punishment or by subjection to suffering or trial. Neither be weary of or impatient about or loathe or abhor his reproof. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, even as a father corrects the son in whom he delights. Happy, blessed, fortunate, enviable is the man who finds skillful and godly wisdom, and the man who gets understanding, drawing it forth from God's word and life's experiences. For the gaining of it is better than the gaining of silver, and the profit of it better than fine gold. Skillful and godly wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you can wish for is to be compared to her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are highways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold on her, and happy is everyone who holds her fast. The Lord, by skillful and godly wisdom, has founded the earth. By understanding, he has established the heavens. By his knowledge, the deeps were broken up, and the skies distill the dew. My son, let them not escape from your sight, but keep sound and godly wisdom and discretion. And they will be life to your inner self, and a gracious ornament to your neck, your outer self. Then you will walk in your way securely and in confident trust, and you shall not dash your foot or stumble. When you lie down, you shall not be afraid. Yes, you shall lie down, and your sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden terror and panic, nor of the stormy blast, or the storm and ruin of the wicked when it comes, for you will be guiltless. For the Lord shall be your confidence, firm and strong, and shall keep your foot from being caught in a trap or some hidden danger. Withhold not good from those to whom it is due, when it is in the power of your hand to do it. Do not say to your neighbor, "Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give it," when you have it with you. Do not contrive or dig up or cultivate evil against your neighbor who dwells trustingly and confidently beside you. Contend not with a man for no reason when he has done you no wrong. Do not resentfully envy and be jealous of an unscrupulous, grasping man, and choose none of his ways. For the perverse are an abomination, extremely disgusting and detestable to the Lord. But his confidential communion and secret counsel are with the uncompromisingly righteous, those who are upright and in right standing with him. The curse of the Lord is in and on the house of the wicked, but he declares blessed, joyful, and favored with blessings, the home of the just and consistently righteous. Though he scoffs at the scoffers and scorns the scorners, yet he gives his undeserved favor to the low in rank, the humble and the afflicted. The wise shall inherit glory, all honor and good, but shame is the highest rank conferred on self-confident fools. Hear, my sons, the instruction of a father, and pay attention in order to gain and to know intelligent discernment, comprehension, and interpretation of spiritual matters. For I give you good doctrine, what is to be received. Do not forsake my teaching. When I, Solomon, was a son with my father David, tender and the only son in the sight of my mother Bathsheba, he taught me and said to me, "Let your heart hold fast my words. Keep my commandments and live. Get skillful and godly wisdom. Get understanding, discernment, comprehension, and interpretation. Do not forget and do not turn back from the words of my mouth. Forsake not wisdom, and she will keep, defend, and protect you. Love her, and she will guard you. The beginning of wisdom is wisdom, skillful and godly wisdom. For skillful and godly wisdom is the principal thing. And with all you have gotten, get understanding, discernment, comprehension, and interpretation. Prize wisdom highly and exalt her, and she will exalt and promote you. She will bring you to honor when you embrace her. She shall give to your head a wreath of gracefulness. A crown of beauty and glory will she deliver to you. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life shall be many. I have taught you in the way of skillful and godly wisdom, which is comprehensive insight into the ways and purposes of God. I have led you in paths of uprightness. When you walk, your steps shall not be hampered. Your path will be clear and open, and when you run, you shall not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction, do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, do not go on it, turn from it, and pass on. For they cannot sleep unless they have caused trouble or vexation. Their sleep is taken away unless they have caused someone to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the uncompromisingly just and righteous is like the light of dawn that shines more and more brighter and clearer until it reaches its full strength and glory in the perfect day to be prepared. The way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. My son, attend to my words. Consent and submit to my sayings. Let them not depart from your sight. Keep them in the center of your heart. For they are life to those who find them, healing and health to all their flesh. Keep and guard your heart with all vigilance, and above all that you guard, for out of it flow the springs of life. Put away from you false and dishonest speech, and willful and contrary talk put far from you. Let your eyes look right on with fixed purpose, and let your gaze be straight before you. Consider well the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established and ordered aright. Turn not aside to the right hand or to the left. Remove your foot from evil. My son, be attentive to my wisdom, godly wisdom learned by actual and costly experience, and incline your ear to my understanding of what is becoming and prudent for you, that you may exercise proper discrimination and discretion, and your lips may guard and keep knowledge and the wise answer to temptation. For the lips of a loose woman drip honey as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged and devouring sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold of Sheol, Hades, the place of the dead. She loses sight of and walks not in the path of life. Her ways wind about aimlessly, and you cannot know them. Now therefore, my sons, listen to me, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Let your way in life be far from her, and come not near the door of her house. Avoid the very scenes of temptation, lest you give your honor to others and your years to those without mercy, lest strangers and false teachings take their fill of your strength and wealth, and your labors go to the house of an alien from God, and you groan and mourn when your end comes, when your flesh and body are consumed. And you say, how I hated instruction and discipline, and my heart despised reproof. I have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor submitted and consented to those who instructed me. The extent and boldness of sin involves almost all evil in the estimation of the congregation and the community. Drink waters out of your own cistern of a pure marriage relationship, and fresh running waters out of your own well. Should your offspring be dispersed abroad as water brooks in the streets? Confine yourself to your own wife. Let your children be for you alone, and not the children of strangers with you. Let your fountain of human life be blessed with the rewards of fidelity, and rejoice in the wife of your youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant doe, tender, gentle, attractive. Let her bosom satisfy you at all times, and always be transported with delight in her love. Why should you, my son, be infatuated with a loose woman? Embrace the bosom of an outsider and go astray. For the ways of man are directly before the eyes of the Lord, and he who would have us live soberly, chastely, and godly carefully weighs all man's goings. His own iniquities shall ensnare the wicked man, and he shall be held with the cords of his sin. He will die for lack of discipline and instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he will go astray and be lost. My son, if you have become security for your neighbor, if you have given your pledge for a stranger or another, you are snared with the words of your lips. You are caught by the speech of your mouth. Do this now at once and earnestly, my son, and deliver yourself when you have put yourself into the power of your neighbor. Go, bestir and humble yourself, and beg your neighbor to pay his debt and thereby release you. Give not unnecessary sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. Deliver yourself as a roe or gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise, which, having no chief, overseer, or ruler, provides her food in the summer and gathers her supplies in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise out of your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to lie down and sleep, so will your poverty come like a robber, or one who travels with slowly but surely approaching steps, and your want like an armed man making you helpless. A worthless person, a wicked man, is he who goes about with a perverse, contrary, wayward mouth. He winks with his eyes. He speaks by shuffling or tapping with his feet. He makes signs to mislead and deceive, and teaches with his fingers. Willful and contrary in his heart, he devises trouble, vexation, and evil continually. He lets loose discord and sows it. Therefore, upon him shall the crushing weight of calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken, and that without remedy. These 6 things the Lord hates. Indeed, 7 are an abomination to him: a proud look, the spirit that makes one overestimate himself and underestimate others, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that manufactures wicked thoughts and plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies even under oath, and he who sows discord among his brethren. My son, keep your father's God-given commandment, and forsake not the law of God your mother taught you. Bind them continually upon your heart, and tie them about your neck. When you go, the words your parents, God shall lead you. When you sleep, they shall keep you, and when you waken, they shall talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the whole teaching of the law is light, and reproofs of discipline are the way of life, to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a loose woman. Lust not after her beauty in your heart, neither let her capture you with her eyelids. For on account of a harlot, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress stalks and snares as with a hook the precious life of a man. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he who cohabits with his neighbor's wife will be tortured with evil consequences and just retribution. He who touches her shall not be innocent or go unpunished. Men, do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy himself when he is hungry. But if he is found out, he must restore 7 times what he stole. He must give the whole substance of his house if necessary to meet his fine. But whoever commits adultery with a woman lacks heart and understanding, moral principle and prudence. He who does it is destroying his own life. Wounds and disgrace will he get, and his reproach will not be wiped away, for jealousy makes the wronged man furious. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance upon the detected one. He will not consider any ransom offered to buy him off from demanding full punishment. Neither will he be satisfied, though you offer him many gifts and bribes. My son, keep my words. Lay up within you my commandments for use when needed, and treasure them. Keep my commandments and live, and keep my law and teaching as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers, write them on the tablet of your heart. Say to skillful and godly wisdom, you are my sister, and regard understanding or insight as your intimate friend, that they may keep you from the loose woman, from the adventuress who flatters with and makes smooth her words. For at the window of my house I looked out through my lattice, and among the simple, empty-headed, and empty-hearted ones, I perceived among the youths a young man void of good sense, sauntering through the street near the loose woman's corner, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, night black and dense was falling over the young man's life. And behold, there met him a woman dressed as a harlot and sly and cunning of heart. She is turbulent and willful, her feet stay not in her house. Now in the streets, now in the marketplaces, she sets her ambush at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him, and with impudent face she said to him, sacrifices of peace offerings were due from me. This day I paid my vows. So I came forth to meet you, that you might share with me the feast from my offering. Diligently I sought your face, and I have found you. I have spread my couch with rugs and cushions of tapestry, with striped sheets of fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until morning. Let us console and delight ourselves with love. For the man is not at home, he is gone on a long journey. He has taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed, at the full moon. With much justifying and enticing argument, she persuades him. With the allurements of her lips, she leads him to overcome his conscience and his fears, and forces him along. Suddenly he yields and follows her reluctantly, like an ox moving to the slaughter, like one in fetters giving to the correction to be given to a food, or like a dog enticed by food to the muzzle, till a dart of passion pierces and inflames his vitals. Then, like a bird fluttering straight into the net, he hastens, not knowing that it will cost him his life. Listen to me now, therefore, O sons, and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Let not your heart incline toward her ways. Do not stray into her paths. For she has cast down many wounded. Indeed, all her slain are a mighty host. Her house is the way to Sheol, Hades, the place of the dead, going down to the chambers of death. Does not skillful and godly wisdom cry out, and understanding raise her voice in contrast to the loose woman? On top of the heights beside the way where the path meets stands wisdom, skillful and godly. At the gates, at the entrance of the town, at the coming in of the doors, she cries out, "To you, O men, I call, and my voice is directed to the sons of men. O you simple and thoughtless ones, understand prudence. You self-confident fools, be of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak excellent and princely things, and the opening of my lips shall be for right things. For my mouth shall utter truth, and wrongdoing is detestable and loathsome to my lips. All the words of my mouth are righteous, upright, and in right standing with God. There is nothing contrary to truth or crooked in them. They are all plain to him who understands and opens his heart, and right to those who find knowledge and live by it. Receive my instruction in preference to striving for silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For skillful and godly wisdom is better than rubies or pearls, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom from God, make prudence my dwelling, and I find out knowledge and discretion. The reverent fear and worshipful awe of the Lord includes the hatred of evil. Pride, arrogance, the evil way, and perverted and twisted speech I hate. I have counsel and sound knowledge. I have understanding. I have might and power. By me kings reign and rulers decree justice. By me princes rule and nobles, even all the judges and governors of the earth. I love those who love me, and those who seek me early and diligently shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, enduring wealth and righteousness, uprightness in every area and relation, and right standing with God. My fruit is better than gold, yes, than refined gold, and my increase than choice silver. I, wisdom, walk in the way of righteousness, moral and spiritual rectitude in every area and relation, in the midst of the paths of justice, that I may cause those who love me to inherit true riches, and that I may fill their treasuries. The Lord formed and brought me wisdom forth at the beginning of his way, before his acts of old. I, wisdom, was inaugurated and ordained from everlasting, from the beginning, before ever the earth existed. When there were no deeps, I was brought forth. When there were no fountains laden with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills I was brought forth. While as yet he had not made the land or the fields or the first of the dust of the earth. When he prepared the heavens, I, wisdom, was there. When he drew a circle upon the face of the deep, and stretched out the firmament over it. When he made firm the skies above. When he established the fountains of the deep. When he gave to the sea its limit, and his decree that the waters should not transgress across the boundaries set by his command. When he appointed the foundations of the earth. Then I, wisdom, was beside him as a master and director of the work, and I was his daily delight, rejoicing before him always, rejoicing in his inhabited earth, and delighting in the sons of men. Now therefore listen to me, O you sons, for blessed are those who keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and do not refuse or neglect it. Blessed, happy, fortunate, to be envied is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoever finds me, wisdom, finds life, and draws forth and obtains favor from the Lord. But he who misses me or sins against me wrongs and injures himself. All who hate me love and court death. Wisdom has built her house. She has hewn out and set up her 7 perfect number of pillars. She has killed her beasts. She has mixed her spiritual wine. She has also set her table. She sent out her maids to cry from the highest places of the town. Whoever is simple, easily led astray and wavering, let him turn and hear. As for him who lacks understanding, God's wisdom says to him, "Come, eat of my bread, drink of the spiritual wine which I have mixed. Leave off, simple ones, forsake the foolish and simple-minded, and live. Walk in the way of insight and understanding. He who rebukes a scorner heaps upon himself abuse. He who reproves a wicked man gets for himself bruises. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate you. Reprove a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a righteous man one upright and in right standing with God, and he will increase in learning. The reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is insight and understanding. For by me, wisdom from God, your days shall be multiplied, and the years of your life shall be increased. If you are wise for yourself. If you scorn, you alone will bear it and pay the penalty. The foolish woman is noisy. She is simple and open to all forms of evil. She willfully and recklessly knows nothing whatever of eternal value. For she sits at the door of her house, or on a seat in the conspicuous places of the town, calling to those who pass by, who go uprightly on their way. Whoever is simple, wavering, and easily led astray, let him turn and hear. And as for him who lacks understanding, she says to him, "Stolen waters, pleasures are sweet, because they are forbidden, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant." But he knows not that the shades of the dead are there, specters haunting the scene of past transgressions, and that her invited guests are already sunk in the depths of Sheol, the lower world, Hades, the place of the dead. The Proverbs of Solomon: a wise son makes a glad father, but a foolish and self-confident son is the grief of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness, moral and spiritual rectitude in every area and relationship delivers from death. The Lord will not allow the uncompromisingly righteous to famish, but he thwarts the desire of the wicked. He becomes poor who works with a slack and idle hand, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. He who gathers in summer is a wise son, but he who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. Blessings are upon the head of the uncompromisingly righteous, the upright in right standing with God, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. The memory of the uncompromisingly righteous is a blessing, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart will accept and obey commandments, but the foolish of lips will fall headlong. He who walks uprightly walks securely, but he who takes a crooked way shall be found out and punished. He who winks with the eye craftily and with malice causes sorrow, and the foolish of lips will fall headlong, but he who boldly reproves makes peace. The mouth of the uncompromisingly righteous man is a well of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence. Hatred stirs up contentions, but love covers all transgressions. On the lips of him who has discernment skillful and godly, wisdom is found, but discipline and the rod are for the back of him who is without sense and understanding. Wise men store up knowledge in mind and heart, but the mouth of the foolish is a present destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city. The poverty of the poor is their ruin. The earnings of the righteous, the upright in right standing with God, lead to life, but the profit of the wicked leads to further sin. He who heeds instruction and correction is not only himself in the way of life, but also is a way of life for others. And he who neglects or refuses reproof, not only himself goes astray, but also causes to err and is a path toward ruin for others. He who hides hatred is of lying lips, and he who utters slander is a self-confident fool. In a multitude of words, transgression is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is prudent. The tongues of those who are upright and in right standing with God are as choice silver. The minds of those who are wicked and out of harmony with God are of little value. The lips of the uncompromisingly righteous feed and guide many, but fools die for want of understanding in heart. The blessing of the Lord, it makes truly rich, and he adds no sorrow with it, neither does toiling increase it. It is as sport to a self-confident fool to do wickedness, but to have skillful and godly wisdom is pleasure and relaxation to a man of understanding. The thing a wicked man fears shall come upon him, but the desire of the uncompromisingly righteous shall be granted. When the whirlwind passes, the wicked are no more, but the uncompromisingly righteous have an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to those who employ and send him. The reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord prolongs one's days, but the years of the wicked shall be made short. The hope of the uncompromisingly righteous, the upright and right standing with God, is gladness, but the expectation of the wicked, those who are out of harmony with God, comes to nothing. The word of the Lord is strength and a stronghold to the upright, but it is destruction to the workers of iniquity. The consistently righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouths of the righteous, those harmonious with God, bring forth skillful and godly wisdom, but the perverse tongue shall be cut down like a barren and rotted tree. The lips of the uncompromisingly righteous know, and therefore utter what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked knows, and therefore speaks only what is obstinately willful and contrary.